Welcome to another episode of Golden Tree Talk, our new series on transitioning through the seasons with the ladies here at Red Tree Wellness. So we've just finishing off winter right now. We are just finishing off winter right now. We're heading into spring. So in Chinese medicine and metaphysics, we're going from water to the wood season, which definitely symbolizes a time of slowdown, going into new life, springing to new life. So I wanted to talk to the ladies about what are, say, the top two things they do as they transition through seasons. So top two things you do, Dr. Dang.
Well, I think that this is the perfect time to start thinking about movement, slow movement. And the reason for that is to move kind of the accumulations that occur during the winter, which in Chinese medicine looks in the form of dampness. Some great tools to move damp can be something as easy as a gua sha tool. This is what this is made of jade. And so for some people, they can do it on the face, they can do it on other parts of the body, and I'll just demonstrate. The pressure is very light. You don't want to occlude the lymph because it's so thin. So you literally are just like pushing light pressure.
Nice.
Very light.
And you want to kind of make it drain downwards. So when you're going around, it's just going down, and you want to drain into the ducts that occur right at the top of the collarbone. And then you'll swallow and you actually feel like things moving. It's actually fantastic. So the key thing with movement is you want it to be light. You want the strokes not to be too deep. Yeah.
Nice. Great. Thank you. Top two for Suzanne.
Yeah, so I also feel that spring is a time to kind of renew the commitment to movement and to find different ways to move. I often find myself kind of going back to more Tai Chi Qigong or Qigong practice in the spring. There's seasonal Qigong for every season. And so in the spring it involves you're actually massaging your liver, right? Which in Chinese medicine, the spring is associated with liver. The wood season is associated with liver. So it helps to move. So we're moving lymph, we're moving our livers, we're getting things kind of circulating and renewing again. And the second thing would be in terms of food. So moving away from roasting and root vegetables.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're going into light green foods, right? So we have the light asparagus and maybe tender bitter greens and things like that are just nice and light, and to help also the bitterness can help drain the damp in our bodies.
That's right. Yeah. And going on that bitterness taste, I usually at this time of year or anytime I want to have a little cleanse is I like to have pu'er tea, and I usually make it a bit strong so I can get that bitterness, and it's a really good tea to help cleanse in our body, and definitely know that it is doing its work because I've already started doing that lately. And usually this time of year, like with the Gregorian year, but for sure at the Chinese New Year time, which is the springtime, this start of spring, I'm looking at how to emotionally cleanse. What did I feel like I did well or reflective of last year? What do I want to let go, and how do I want to renew myself in the new year? There's a lot of emotional cleansing or contemplation, but I'm also doing that emotional cleanse through the drinking, through the movement, qigong patterns, or with the change in food and the change in sleep patterns. I am trying to rise earlier as I notice the light is rising earlier instead of that really enjoyable hibernation. It's not time for that now. Now it's trying to kickstart the chi to move and to create new life in the system and cleanse and renew ourselves.
Very nice.
So I think those were really great tips. Tell us how it goes and tell us what more you'd like to know. And happy Year of the Wood Snake coming up, 2025.
Yes.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.